Happy Hump Day. I'm Colette Linden.
And I'm Danny Dupuis. Welcome to the special report.
It's Wednesday. We have 2 more days left because we have Friday off.
2 more.
Happy dance, happy dance. Oh, by the way, I'm not wearing my watch today because I noticed that when we're watching the back, I'm like, what is that clunking noise every time I put my hand down? So you must have been very annoyed with that
one.
Because I was annoyed watching myself with it. So I'm not wearing it anymore.
It's weird because that's something that we would pick up on too.
Yeah. Absolutely. So just to remind you today, we're going to be having Doug Ford throw to him at 2 o'clock at the 1 o'clock show. I said 2 o'clock yesterday too.
Should we just change it to 2 o'clock?
I think so. When I say 2, I mean 1. So at 1 o'clock when we have our show, we will be throwing to the premier and Monty McNaughton there. And he's the Minister of Labor, Training and Skills Development. So there's going to be some type of announcement. So make sure that you tune in this afternoon. We're going to throw over to Chris. He has got quite an update for you.
Thank you, Colette. Well, surprise, the Elliott Mayor has found that Algoma Public Health is not very forthcoming with information. I'm not sure why he would have such a thought, but yeah. Okay, so as last night there was a meeting that was both televised and streamed. It involved the Mayor of Elliott Lake and people from the local family health team there. And he expressed his frustration. There's 3 cases in Elliott Lake of COVID-19, but he's received almost no information about it. And for that matter, his calls and emails are not being returned by the communications team at Algoma Public Health now for over a week. Now, I'm not sure what's going on at Algoma Public Health, but he's not the only one who's being ignored in terms of emails and calls being responded to. Since the beginning of the COVID-19 outbreak, I have tried to give Algoma Public Health positive coverage. Last Thursday, I became extremely frustrated with Algoma Public Health. They have not been returning phone calls or emails or providing us, the media, with information. So I totally understand how he feels about Algoma Public Health not responding to any question, or for that matter, when they do respond, the one response was basically just a press release they had released to the public already. It would be nice if they could be more open to the public, not only just open to the public, but tell mayors what's going on in their town. It would be very useful if we knew that there was a case in Sault Ste. Marie. You don't have to say where, just say, look, there's cases in these towns. And maybe people in those towns would take even more precautions, which would help prevent the spread of COVID-19. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Donald Trump in my second segment. And now back to the desk.
I don't know about you, Danny, but I think Chris just did a really damn good job there. Just getting that way across. You had us hooked. We were just paying attention like this.
Oh,
wait, it's coming back to us.
Yes.
I'm just getting warmed up. Tune in at 7 for the real rant. It's going to be like 27 minutes long and a couple commercial breaks. You know?
You can tell there's rage and he gets heated. Very into these conversations and topics.
Respond to an email. How hard is it to respond to an email or a phone call when your job is communications manager? I won't name names, but you know who I'm talking about if it's you.
Okay, well, talking about communications and email addresses, we have one, and it's called specialreportssm@gmail.com.
So,
and it will appear at the bottom of your screen momentarily.
Fun thing that we're asking for people as well. I'm not sure if anyone's ever heard of an appreciation sign, but a lot's going on for our frontline workers, and people are saying thank you and putting it into their windows. So if you out there have created an appreciation sign and would like to have it viewed on the show, just send it to the email. Oh, it was at the bottom of the screen.
Specialreportssm@gmail.com.
Yes, we should have that down packed by now.
So actually, just on top of that, that's a great idea. So send those pictures in. We will put them up on our show or on the morning on the special report. And we have an email from us, Jeremy Van Hook. And I apologize, I'm going to have to read this from my phone because I just read it just before.
Yeah,
literally
just got it sent to us.
Yeah. So it says, hi Bruce. He sent it to the boss. Bruce, I'm proud of my mom, so I'm writing you. There are a lot of ladies sewing masks in town out of fabric. This is a good story, and I'm glad that we're sharing it. So she's made roughly 60. She's made 60 masks so far, and she's supplying these masks. She's for the FD Old Davy.
The Davy home, one of the nursing homes.
Yep. And the real crazy part, he says, is that she's been vulnerable, and she's been isolated since February.
Oh, so I wonder who's been distributing the masks.
I don't know. And she's on home oxygen, and she's continuing to pump out the masks. So I mean, that's amazing, right?
That's awesome.
At home or at just in isolation
I'm
and
getting a
helping out
call
the
that my
community.
mic's not working well, so we're just gonna fix this
You're gonna have to
quick.
speak louder.
I think so too. And with the masks right now as well, I know that there's one individual, I'm not sure who he or she is, but they've been donating masks to local businesses. Trading Post got some the other day. We know we had masks.
Yeah.
We had them as well, so yeah. And we also have an interview coming up soon?
We
too?
do have an interview coming up soon, but we wanted to talk, maybe later on we'll talk about missing your coworkers, because we do have this video from the YMCA that we have to share with you. And what the Y did was they, oh yeah, you'll see it on your screen there. The communications coordinator, what's her name there?
Oh, Rose. Rose
yeah.
is the one with the shorter hair, and she is the manager of memberships. And Erica is one of the personal trainers and fitness coordinators as well. So what they did is they put this little video together, just illustrating that they miss you, we miss them, and it's true. I go to the Y, and you know what? Erica and Rose are so much fun to be with.
Yeah.
Like, they're awesome. So it was really nice when seeing that video. It definitely got me smiling. I messaged Erica,
Aww.
hey, how's the team doing? And same thing, she misses all of us too, so we're all in it together.
Yeah, for sure. In this together, SSM. Well, that just brings up a good point. So if there's teachers out there who must be missing their classroom kids,
Yeah.
or anybody you're working with. Well, we miss our employees that aren't here right now. So, make a little video and send it to them. I was listening to the radio on the way in this morning, and they were talking about how they're taking the opportunity now. The one guy's like, I called my roommate. I haven't talked to my roommate in 20 years. He goes, but I just called, the communicate via text message, but
Physical call.
I just call him to find, hey buddy, how's it going? And so they're there's a lot of some good things coming out. So pick up the phone and call somebody.
Yeah, they were even saying one thing you could do, call a different person each day.
Yeah. Well, the one guy on the radio says, I call somebody, but nobody ever answers. So we're going to throw to our hashtag In This Together SSM video that we did with Paul Christian, who is a high school teacher at Core Collegiate. Awesome guy. I had so much fun talking to Paul, and he's also our counselor for Ward 1.
Oh, awesome.
So we're going to show that video now in hashtag In It Together SSM. Sue Online and 9TV partnered with the Chamber of Commerce. We're here to highlight all the businesses who are still working in our community to keep things together. We'd also like to highlight the politicians, our councillors and mayor, who are standing beside our community and helping us get through each day. Today, I'm really, really happy to announce that we've got Paul Christian. He is the Ward 1 councillor, and he is also a high school teacher at Core Collegiate. Hi, Paul. Thanks for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Question for you. I just wanted to give you the opportunity, not more of a question, more of an open discussion time for you to, if anything to say to the city of Sault Ste. Marie, to your ward, please take the time to do that now. And what can you recommend our residents?
Yeah,
to keep their safety?
And I think it was brought out yesterday, and I'll reiterate it, no problem. I think from what I've seen, and I haven't been out there that often, but I've seen people exercising social distancing, the physical distancing. So I think the public is getting it, and I congratulate them for that. If you haven't taken this seriously enough, I ask that you do, because there are many, many people in this community that want all of us to do it. I want to thank the businesses and all of the services that are currently being offered. This is a challenge, but we do need some basic services, and I congratulate those people out there that are doing it. They're our heroes right now. And I said it last night, we will get through this, and I think we're going to look back on it, and we'll take pride in the fact that, especially our community, raised our game and did what we needed to do to beat this thing, and we will.
Thanks, Paul. I can't thank you enough for you taking your time out. A teacher and a counselor, you certainly are one fantastic person to be here in Sault Ste. Marie, and thank you for everything that you're doing for the community and for our and shaping our young minds. We appreciate it. Have a great day, Paul.
You too. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks again, Paul. That was awesome. Now, there's way more to that interview, but we had to condense it down for the show. But there will be it will be posted on our YouTube page, which we should point out. we have all our videos from the hashtag In This Together SSM uploaded there.
It's all in its own playlist too. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
they did an awesome job. Kevin, thank you. Created an awesome playlist up there. So every one of our interviews is posted there. So please take a look, and maybe we can put that link up on our Facebook page today so you can find it easier. So over to the MLB. It's spring training, kind of, time.
A little bit.
Oh, by the way, this afternoon we're going to talk about spring cleaning. That's going to be a good one. So make sure you come back at 1 o'clock to listen to that. So MLB, they want to try some different options as far as getting their league started. Chris brought this story into us, and we found it pretty interesting, so we wanted to bring it to you. But first of all, I know I'm missing hockey, okay? And so...
So much.
Like it's
so
bad.
much.
And then September, when we're talking about MLB, that's that glorious month where basketball,
Everything comes out.
baseball, hockey, everything starts together. So I know that we've sent this picture up to Mike to, if you can put that up, and it just shows right there. It's just this 3 months without hockey thing has been the worst time of my life. And she says it's been 13 days. I'm looking at it. It's like, what?
That's awesome.
Are you kidding me? It's only been 13 days.
It doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, no, not at all.
At all.
So that just kind of segues into some more sports. So the baseball, they're considering having one area where they're not going to have any fans. I don't know, Chris, you want to go into the detail about that too? You kind of, it was in Arizona.
Sure. Yeah. Their plan is basically they're going to take all of the MLB teams and put them in Arizona, which is one of the places they have spring training camps. So they have a bunch of stadiums already set up there. There'll be absolutely no fans. It will only be the players and the staff for the teams, and they will be televising it. However, there's all kinds of problems there because, like, how do you control the food supply? Who feeds people? Who are the medical people, and so on. So there's that. It sounds like a great plan on paper. I'm not sure how it'll actually play out.
All right.
So.
All right. Well, thank you very much,
Thanks,
Chris. So do you have anything you wanted to add to?
Yes. Oh, we will actually be right back after this commercial because we're going to talk about marathon quarantine virtual running.
Woohoo!
Right after this. Welcome back. And as we said, we were going to talk about virtual marathon running. So the new thing right now for all those diehard runners out there, they're recording themselves running, but stagnant in one spot. There was a man who was running, who did a full marathon twice, by the way, on his balcony, just by stationary standing there, recorded the whole thing.
Nice.
But for a little COVID update, we're going to throw it over to Chris.
Thank you very much. I'm going to just push the Trump story to the 1 o'clock show, and I'll just give you an update on a couple stories we have been following. Boris Johnson is still in the ICU over in England. He's the Prime Minister. Dominic Raab has now sort of taken over for the time being, while Boris Johnson's still in the ICU. We've been giving you updates on a nursing home in Bobcaygeon. I talked about it yesterday, where 16 people died before they even started to separate the healthy from the sick. They are now up to 28 deaths from residents out of only 65 residents. So they're almost halfway to the halfway point of how many people actually even lived in that home who have passed away from that negligence. Also, Toronto is turning their libraries into food banks, which is an interesting way to use the library since the library is closed, but they're using the libraries now to distribute food to the working poor and people who cannot afford food because of the COVID-19 outbreak. And back to this. I'll have more at 7 tonight.
Thanks, Chris. That's an interesting way to, an interesting idea that the City of Toronto is doing. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So again, we will be back at 1 o'clock. The Premier will be going live. We will be throwing to the Premier. We have a lot more stories for you then. So have a great morning, Sault Ste. Marie. See you at 1 o'clock.
Have a great morning.
See you at 1.